Hello, and a good morning to everyone. I've got flickering screen. Oopsie, I don't know what's happening there. Obviously not a good signal. Something's happening. I do have the washing machine going. So let's just flick over to this screen just in case. Yeah, but that's just screening that. Let's see if that worked. No, it didn't. And going back to this, I'm going to have to switch out my camera at the moment. Thank you for bearing with me. There's an issue which I'm not even aware of. My goodness, that looks horrible. Close your eyes until I get rid of it. That was interesting. I don't know what was happening there. I'm just going to see if I can switch out a camera, which is not looking possible. It's still doing it. So at the moment, what you're going to get is the tiny weeny little thing up the top as far as a camera goes. Just going to That's what that will do. Now, can you hear me now? Can you hear? Okay, let's see if that has some effect. Otherwise, I'll have to restart the whole thing, which is possible. Okay, I'll wait for a couple of secs before I take on that now. That's better? Okay, good. Goody. That's better, yay. Good. No idea why that didn't come up with sound, because it was fine in the Ecamm studio. Obviously, the My Time wasn't. So good morning, everyone. Another start. I'm rosboundy, psychic medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. So for those coming in late, you're lucky. You didn't miss out on anything because there wasn't any sound to start with. But there is now, so let's get along with it. We've got the 5 cards. Here we go with, and I do need to actually let's bring the owl back in, because you wouldn't have heard me recite that one. You have escaped the cage. Your wings are stretched out. Now fly. And from there, we can see that it's definitely a free bird. For yourselves, trust your own wings as well as you take flight. That's the messages from the owls. That's the message from the owls. And now we'll continue on with the Lenormand cards here. We've got the stairs, which is actually the choices card in the home space. The lilies as workspace. We've got the coffin in the unexpected space. The ring is our role. And we have the bridges as the outcome and that central pivot space as well. So wonderful energies for it today. We'll zoom in to get the better view of the cards as we're speaking, or as I'm speaking. You tap into your psychic senses and get that spiritual connection happening. That's your role as well. So with the choices card, it's in the home space. So we've got a few decisions to make today. But in general, I feel it does mean that it's a major decision, one of those that you're going to have to make it yes or no, this or that. It's not anything in between. So if you've got some choices that you're needing to make today, trust your process to how you're working it out to when you actually make that decision. And then it is only the one or the other. You're not going back on it with this one. So, if it's something you need to change it later, well, that's a just different choice then, isn't it, as to what you do that next one. So it's the day or night, and they are as different. It's making that step one or the other. Okay, so something in your day is going to bring that forward for you, and really shifting through this bridges one instead of this. This is one of those bigger influences. There's a lot of choices to be made today, decisions or whatever. It confirms that. But in the home space, there's one that's, at least one that's going to be particularly yes or no. Okay, and we're moving across to the workspace where we've got the lilies. So it's going to have some time to pick up that is reflecting, or like the stained glass, it's giving us another opportunity for something to be in the mind, to be in the plan today. It might be just replicating a standard operating procedure style of thing that you've got that's repetitive, but not quite the same, because it is never the same when you take the next step for anything, as much as it's repetitive. The details, variables, and all the rest of it are slightly different because you're then in a different time, place, presence. So have that in mind, but know that it's going to be that the more you do, the better it is, because the practice is there and you know what you're doing. So it's going to still bring up that familiarity and the beauty and ease of stepping into that in your workplace. But it's also going to move it forward just those degrees of what is different, so that, well, if you look at it as not being boring, but step by step, it's solidifying and bringing those layers of nuance into your day. So if you look at it that way, and then, by the end of the day, we'll see what happens and what is actually the purpose of what you're doing coming to fruition in that Lily's card. Now, with the energy that we've got in our unexpected space being coffin, it is a cleansing one. It just is that letting go of some stuff. There'll be those moments where you feel that urge to just let something drop or give it to someone else, send it on to the next place and space, so that you are allowing that energy flow to keep going through your day. And those moments, trust your gut instinct around it. Don't ponder on it that, oh, when is that going to happen with the coffin? Don't let it be that sort of forward focus, because that's not how unexpected energies work. They really do pop in at those right times. It's giving us practice too at having that openness of what our awareness is of that spirit, of that energies moving through, and our ability too to send it forward and through whatever it needs to move through to get us to what our purpose is for the day. And that can be either in the home or the workspace, remember. If you do find some examples of it that it's happened for you in the day, do let us know in the comments if you feel like it at the end of the day. It'd be lovely to have some, revisit the card spread and let us know what happens in your day by the end of the day. With the ring in our homes, but in our role, that is our, the ring is about covenants, promises, agreements, and that type of thing, vows, in whatever way that you're giving yourself that purpose of, a promise in some sense, that, and being in your role, it's yourself. You may have promised someone, either by a choice you're making or otherwise, that you're going to have something as part of your role, what you're going to do, shine out. So it is about being able to honour that. We don't make choices and things lightly. We're going to be certainly giving that is our word or promise out to self and out as part of what our day is. Let it shine. Trust it. It is a jewel. It is a gem in your day. It's going to really bring that sense of, and I'm feeling a lightness and purpose moving forward as well in that today. So just bring that back there, and we'll center on that Bridges card, because that is the outcome. It's going to give a bit of ease to what are those choices and options that we have in our day. We've got two other cards that are certainly the type of energies that give, it is about choices and making decisions and things. But by the end of the day, most of what we're wanting to decide to do, we will have made, at least the one in the home space, but it's still being able to cogitate is the word that I've got in my head around this. So Spirit's giving us that opportunity to spend a bit of time in this nice little hole. And I've said before, this is giving us that beautiful view of what is the possibilities and those choices, and giving that broader view, that higher visual, because, well, this one in the back obviously looks a lot higher, doesn't it? And yes, it's distant, but it looks like it's more magnificent even in what view and options it might present for us. So do you want to go that extra mile or two, height or two, or whatever, to view what the options are and the beauty of what may be there as you're looking out of these gorgeous little resting spots? And being able to, they do remind me of bird homes, but also, bird hides, to be able to see in secret that is out in our broader field of vision. It looks so gorgeous, doesn't it? I mean, just in the possibilities of what we might have for us in our day. By the end of the day, we can rest and know that, look, we've still got those choices that can be made, those bridges to cross if we choose to. It's bringing us the choice, allowing the choice. Take the option to rest in those choices. We do not have to decide immediately. This is what I'm feeling from this. And that's what life is. It's so many different mini choices and the bigger ones. And, confirmed with our the choices card itself in the home space. So it's all looking really good for being able to have that time to consider what is happening for our day today. So see how that balances out for you by the end of the day, and being able to still consider what is options, isn't it? So Oh, that's going back to that one. Hold on. Wrong one. I'll just flick off the dud one for the moment. I don't know what's happening with that camera. Hopefully it's not going out, as in I've just got to, if you can hold on and bear with me a little bit, because I had to switch the camera, it zoomed in too far, because that's the one that's zoomed into the garden outside normally. I'll have a bit more button tweaking, won't I? So thank you so much, all of you, for bearing with me in the poor start here. And here we've got the comments I haven't shown yet is, oh, you missed it, you'll have to watch the replay later. Well, you didn't miss much. I think you did actually catch all of the live that was worth it, because the start was Dudley because of no sound, etc. And flicking screen. And thank you, Sarah, for that. Good morning, you're late. Did you catch it all? Oh, hopefully you did. So there you go. Thank you so much for being patient with the way. Yeah, sometimes the technology doesn't work 100%, but we persist, and we do still get valid information from what Spirit shares with us. It's all valid. You need to decide what is for you or not out of how I interpret, but also, which of those cards does seem to zing out at you to be your main emphasis for the day. It's not necessarily how I read them, it's how you are able to join with your spiritual guides to gather the information you need for your journey in the day today. So let's have a beautiful day, and being blessed as well. So thank you. So if you need more in-depth readings, the booking the link is there in the comments on my page, at least. I know it doesn't do it to the Facebook profile. Give me send a DM if you need to, so we can organise something, or whatever, however Spirit leads us into what we need. Okay, so trust that. Take your wings in confidence, really fly through your day in a magnificent way, in that sense of freedom of choices, obviously for today, the heavy emphasis on being able to choose. So step forward in that confidence, bringing all that is from your center, really tapping into your inner self as well, to be able to put your bigger, truer self out into the world with love and confidence. I'll see you tomorrow morning around about the 8 o'clock, and we'll be here then, hopefully with the system a little bit better working a little bit better, the way around. Namaste. Until tomorrow.